Hey, that's the jam of the week, man. Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. You may not like Chinese food, you may not like China, but you got to love these Chinese stocks. We have to get into the conversation today, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have a really, really good for you. We're going to talk about Xpeng or Xpev, however you want to pronounce it. This stock I gave out a long time ago, and believe it or not, it is still doing very, very well. Now, when I first got out this information back in September, when the stock was really, really low, there's a lot of people who made a lot of money. And if you would have sold when I told you to sold right around the mark, right before Thanksgiving, you would have made a large, substantial profit, ladies and gentlemen. And this is how you make money. You buy it on the low, you sell it on the high, or you just hold it. Now, if it's some of you who have bought this at $72, you have not recouped any of your losses, okay? You have not recouped any of your losses. So I'm sorry to tell you that, but nonetheless, we're going to talk about how we can make some money today and some of the things that we should be looking forward when it comes to XPIL stock as we're looking at the projected forecast and also the predictions, okay? So as we're looking to this stock, again, this is a Chinese electric vehicle car company, and the analysts on Robinhood are saying buy at 86.7%, hold at 13.3%, but do not sell your shares. Again, I repeat, do not share your shares. They're doing very, very well. Here's some of my previous history for you guys who are not familiar with the stock. I've been trading the stock in large, very small quantities, as you can tell here, but I've made a substantial profit over the course of time. Now, people who are also in this segment, I would like literally to note, NIO is another Chinese electric vehicle car company. LI Auto is another Chinese electric vehicle car company. But we need to know who's inside of the stock, who's driving the stock. Now, most likely, XP owns majority of their shares. But when I look at the institutional owners, they have shares outstanding at 1.4 trillion. Okay, 1.4 trillion. The institutional shares is 194 million, and then the institutional value you see right there at $14 million. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, the people that I'm really looking at in this particular group who owns a majority of this stock is Premier Capital Management and no other than BlackRock. Very, very good to know. And by honorable mention, the Alibaba Group. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why it's important that you know who are holding on to these shares and holding on to stock lets you know is a great indicator of the value of that stock. And again, they're also comparing XPIF as they did back in September to Tesla because of all the technology that this particular stock has, that all the technology that this car actually has. I've shown that video, let me see, a couple of months ago, something in a different realm, but nonetheless, I want you to get familiar with the product that you should be investing in. I think there's some good money to be made here, and you guys should be making and earning that money. Okay, so as we get into the American Depository shares, each representing two classes of ordinary shares, here's the way that it looks on the Pareto chart. If we're looking at the bar graph here, we're going from year to year to year. You see what? Increase, increase, increase. All these are indicators that this stock is going to do very, very well. So instead of boring you with a bunch of numbers, we're going to move on to what I like to call the CNN stock forecast. The low is at $31 a share. The median price, again, the median price is at $45.81. Guess where we are, ladies and gentlemen? Guess where we're at? Right now, the stock is roughly around $42 a share. Right now, we're at $41.92, so we roughly have $42 a share, but it still has room to grow, okay? According to the predicted forecast, based upon the historical value of this stock, we're looking around $70 per share. So if you get in right now, you can make a whopping $30 per share. We're talking about $10, $20, $30 for every share that you invest in. Very, very important, very pertinent to your portfolio. You need to have those stocks that you say, you know what, I don't mind having this stock 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Of course, when these stocks become more valuable and they stop that potential for growth, then a lot of them start to become dividend stocks. So there's a lot of people, you ask a lot of baby boomers of stocks that once was growth potential and then they moved into the dividend sector, they're still holding on to their shares. And again, for you guys asking, okay, I buy these shares and what do I do with them? You hold them until you absolutely need them. You only sell your shares when you absolutely need to. If not, you pass those shares all right down so you can build generational wealth. Let's move on. I'm loving the price of this particular stock at $70. We're looking at the future prediction and profitability that could occur. Not that it will, that it could occur. When I go over to Yahoo Finance, the future is looking bright. They're saying short term, it will go up. Midterm, it will go up. Long term, it will go up. And for this particular stock, I do want to see the competitors, LI Auto, NIO, Nikola, Workhorse, QuantumScape Corporation, but mainly in the Chinese electric vehicle space is LI Auto and NIO. And right now, they're doing better than both of them when it comes to the profit percentage. Okay? But you know I love me some NIO, and I'm going to hold on to it. I love my NIO. Nonetheless, let's look at the revenues and earning of this particular stock. Now, we understand that the revenue of a stock is the money they're spending and their earnings, the money is they're bringing in. If you notice from 2019 to 2020 and moving on into this pandemic year, they have decreased the amount of revenue, meaning they're getting what? More earnings, okay? More earnings, okay? So we have to be very, very cognizant of how this stock is absolutely moving. And then here's the reclamation trends that are on Yahoo Finance, and the top tier percentage of people are saying what? They're saying buy at 5, 7, and 8, and strong buy at 2, 4, and 4. Now, I don't even need to worry about hold. That's at a 2, underperformed, don't even have a number, and sell back in March. But as you can tell, April, May, they're saying buy, strong buy. So these are all great, once again, these are all great indicators of what you could be investing in. So we're looking at the price of these particular vehicles. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what makes this vehicle so profitable and more attractive in some cases, in my opinion, even to NIO. See, NIO was kind of like the first one in China to actually absolutely do it correctly. And that's why NIO will always be profitable. But that doesn't mean somebody couldn't come behind NIO and even do it better and have a better vehicle and sell it at a cheaper price. Now, most of you guys who are in the tech world, most of you guys who just like the thought of an electric vehicle, if your electric vehicle, when it came to Chinese yuan, was 229,000, okay, let's just round it up, $230,000. $230,000 in Chinese yuan, you will absolutely buy it. Now, what's the conversion rate on that? I knew you was going to ask me that, and here we is right now. That's only a whopping 35,500 of US dollars. Yes, you would buy an electric vehicle if it was that cheap, especially all the things that you'll be getting with this electric vehicle. First and foremost, it's a great looking vehicle, okay? It's a great looking vehicle. And for some of you guys who just came to the channel and you're like, why is he showing me vehicles and not investment? The vehicle is the investment, because essentially when you invest inside of a company, you are investing inside of the product. So you should become familiar with the products. That way you should invest. I didn't get mad. But anyway, the point I'm making here is I love looking at all the technology. They have the X-Pilot, which advanced driver assistance, the Smart OS, intelligent in-car system, the non-audio acoustics, okay, the long driving range of this particular vehicle, and then they even show you transparency. I love transparency, especially when it comes to Chinese stocks and Chinese company. Transparency is great. But nonetheless, look at this right here, which everybody wants in their vehicle. 200 times faster data bandwidth, 100% connectivity, fast Ethernet architect, high-level functional safety, of course, and the list goes on and on. I'm just making you somewhat familiar of all the technology in this vehicle. You got the hands-free parking, the experience future driving, protection beyond driver and passenger with the X-Pilot safety, X-Pilot parking, and the X-Pilot driving. They're showing you all the LiDAR, the radar and sensing and microchips within this car, and it got cameras everywhere for it can see absolutely everything. I know something about Pilot. I know something about Autopilot because my current vehicle that I have a few gadgets in that car, and I can literally hit a button, say stay within the lane, hit another button, say stir me within the lane, and then put it on cruise control, and it will stop and increase and decrease in speed and keep myself in the lane. And literally, when we were coming back from Houston, I was like this on a drive majority of the time. Every now and again, it'd tell me to grab the wheel, I was just touching, and then go back to steering. Literally, I was not even exhausted because I wasn't driving. I wasn't fluctuating. I was going 80 miles per hour, but when the traffic slowed down, so did my vehicle on its own. When traffic sped back up, so did my car on its own. And this car has the same technology, if not better, than the car I have. And I'm looking at this large LCD screen that I'm just absolutely impressed with. That is absolutely gorgeous. They call it the intelligent cockpit. Okay, I'm showing this vehicle to show you where your investments are going. You are going in premium A technology. Now, a lot of times I hear people talking about Chinese products and Chinese things. We're not talking about the people, we're talking about the products. Majority of the things that you guys have is made in China. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And this stock, if you don't like NEO,